Republican candidate Dave McCormick visited Dauphin County today for a panel discussion to address issues within the Harrisburg Jewish community.
Fox 43's Robert Stover joined the nominee today in Lower Paxton Township and shares details of McCormick's visit.
Republican candidate for Senate Dave McCormick visited supporters in Dauphin County on Monday for a panel discussion. He was joined by fellow Republicans Matt Brooks and Ari Fleischer. The three discussed hot topics, including immigration.
We had over 115,000 fentanyl deaths, 2 Vietnams last year.
The economy.
Most Pennsylvanians are getting squeezed on food, fuel, and rent.
And the United States' involvement in the Israel-Hamas war. McCormick compared the U.S.'s initial response to the October 7th attack as a test and says in many ways we are failing. He adds his experience as a combat veteran could provide valuable insight as the country continues to navigate its involvement in the war.
You got to stand by Israel in its fight and not get yourself involved in the domestic politics of Israel. Israel is a sovereign state. They have to figure out, the citizens of Israel have to figure out what they need to do in this most dire of circumstances.
McCormick's discussion fell on the same day as Democratic rival Senator Bob Casey visited union leaders in Cumberland County. The two are nearly tied in the polls, but with less than 2 months before election, it is still any candidate's game. That's why McCormick encourages people to vote for candidates offering what he calls common sense policies in November.
It's politics, so it's a contact sport. So, you got to be ready for contact, but it's also about the future of our country. And so that's how I'm trying to navigate that.
Fleischer supports many of McCormick's views and says his inclusion into the Senate could provide noticeably different results.
Will we have 4 more years of the same, or will we have change? And when I hear Dave, this sounds to me so much, when I look at his West Point background, in many ways he's the heir to Ronald Reagan when it comes to peace through strength.
McCormick and Casey are expected to meet face-to-face in Harrisburg on October 3rd for a debate. If McCormick were to win, it could potentially swing in majority for Republicans within the U.S. Senate. In Lower Paxton Township, Dauphin County, Robert Stover, Fox 43 News.